quarterback number 16. What do you got?
Quarterback number 16, Kirk Cousins, Minnesota Vikings.
16 last year as well?
16. Was he 16 last year as well? Again, I haven't looked at my list from last year a whole lot here either way. Oh, look at that. I love some of these pictures because I look at the throwing positions at times, and things jump out just there. But here, I think the first thing I'm going to start out with Kirk Cousins is the ultimate system quarterback. I mean, we're talking about the ultimate system quarterback, a guy that if the system is really good and creative and you give him and can teach him answers and checks and balances, he will take advantage of every fucking bit of it. He really will. Oh, you taught me the square root of 64 is 8, and I'm going to know that this guy here is 4 inches away from where it usually is, and that means it's cover 4 and cover. He'll be all over that, and he's going to dissect you and kill you that way. So that's where he's very special in that aspect. And then adding on to that, his ability, I think that also makes him special or really damn good is there is no hesitation in his game when he sees it and knows what he's looking at.
Conviction is huge.
It is, right?
Yep.
I mean, you could tell in his game just as far as his ability to read and react and pull the trigger and throw it's up there with the top guys in football. When he knows what he's seeing, oh, wait, I play action pass. Oh, wait, it's the coverage I thought it was still. And he can diagnose where guys are and let it rip as good as anybody in football. So that's where he is special. Yeah. And he's smart that way. He's pretty accurate thrower.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah. He's a very good down the field thrower. All right. And yes, like you said, he's very accurate. I mean, if you're open 10 yards over the middle, 5-yard slants, whatever, he's going to put it on the money for the most part. It's the sexiness that lacks with Kirk Cousins, and that's where maybe the negatives are.
I thought he missed a chance, and if you really know the Vikings, maybe you could argue the Vikings missed a chance, but there was that season 2 years ago where he was still new in Minnesota, coming off the time in Washington where he was good more often than he was average.
Right.
So, okay, let's see now in Minnesota. They gave him a lot of money. It's a better team.
Right.
Giant numbers, around 70%. Touchdown to interception ratio, great.
Yes.
Make the playoffs, win a playoff game.
Yeah, beat the Saints.
So, okay, you can win a playoff game with Kirk Cousins. Right. The last 2 years since then, it's been 500-ish, a lot of good numbers, but the team not winning a lot. So I was really ready to see him, okay, maybe this is a top 12 quarterback.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of stayed the same.
You're piling on my point. That's what he is, though. He's really good, but there's a support system and some things that need to be in place for him to go to that next level of the team. He's not going to be the guy that's going to go, hey, we're an 8-8 football team. Don't worry, I'm the man. We'll go 10-6 because I'll pull a few rabbits out of my ass and a few magic tricks, and we'll make it work this week. Yeah, that's where he's a little different than guys we're going to get to next week and stuff like that.
I popped in one game and watched it, and I wrote this down, Chris. Tell me what you think. Yeah. Not going to hold the team back. It's a compliment to a lot of starting quarterbacks.
100%.
Not going to take him to the next level. Too bad he's not on a good team.
Yeah, that's kind of what it is, And I think that's where, you see, like, the love affair McVay and Shanahan have with Kirk Cousins, because they're those guys we're talking about.
System.
I got a system. If you just fucking listen to me, we'll move the ball up and down the field all game long.
New system now. What do you think?
Right. Well, that's going to be interesting. Zimmer, though, I think wanted a little bit more of the playmaker and a little bit more, I want to run the ball and play defense, and then we'll take some shots down the field, and then I just need you to make a few plays every now and then. And I don't think Zimmer really ever loved Kirk Cousins. I don't know that, but in my heart of hearts and things I've heard, I think that's probably true. Okay?
Good one for you right here.
Yeah, go ahead.
On this topic. Right. At Red and Purple 77 wants to know, do you think Kevin O'Connell will take Kirk Cousins to a new level?
I do. I think it actually plays perfectly what we were kind of going on to say there. Yes, because I think that the O'Connell, and again, we'll see. I mean, this is the first time really play calling, offensive game plan, everything's going to be on his plate. But this is a very smart guy. I know that. And he's been taught by some people who really got some good systems, to where I would think this would line up to what we're talking about, where O'Connell's going to be able to bring some creative ideas and some things to the table that Kirk Cousins didn't have at his disposal the last few years. And he's going to go, oh, damn, okay, right? You just teach me what you want me to do. What do you want me to do here? Teach me what you want to do. What's the check you want me to get to? Okay, we'll carve them up. And I would think that's going to happen, along with some of the talent they have at receiver and their ability to run the ball. And then you got a guy here in O'Connell that's coming from McVay, who's, we know, a great play-action pass game designer as well. I think that suits Kirk Cousins, So all of that, I think, is going to be a positive. No doubt about it. But the big thing is like you said, Kirk Cousins is not going to make plays to get the team over the hump if they're struggling all the time or if we got a few injuries. You know, he's more than a game manager. But that's, I think, the biggest thing. And then when he wants to step on that's another thing I'll say. He has a good arm, right? It's kind of the same throw every throw. It's kind of like he has one pitch is what I would say. It's kind of like he's kind of got like 94 down the middle,
right?
And that's about it. It's never going to be 100. You know, it's never going to be sidearm. You know, there's none of that. He's not very good at that department. You don't ever see sidearm. And even though he's tough as hell in the pocket and will make throws with people bearing down on him, he's not very good at throwing when, oh shit, I can't step into it, or I got to lean on my back foot and just flick a ball 20 yards to the sideline. That's not going to happen with him. That's not. He needs a little space. He's got a little bit of a long delivery like we saw in the picture in the lead up to the countdown here. And because of that, he can't make some of those like special throws we talk about.
Which makes me think about the guy O'Connell just had in Los Angeles and Matthew Stafford. Offense that worked extremely well with that kind of talent. Can he bring that offense with knowing that Cousins doesn't have the same arm strength?
Yeah.
But he's not afraid to cut it loose downfield.
Right.
And he's been pretty good downfield.
Yeah.
So can he plug and play the same offense or no?
No, not totally. Not far off, though. I do think that Matthew Stafford brings a few pages to the playbook where you go, this is only a number of guys in the league that I can call this play for here. You know, I mean, how many times did we see Matthew Stafford roll right this year and throw a post back across the other side of the field?
A lot of examples.
So that's where, and not to say Kirk Cousins can't do that stuff, but like Matt Stafford can launch it and be falling down or sidearm or having something, have not even his whole body into the throw and still do that. That's where he's a little different. But he's. It's funny. One of the things I wrote down here as I'm going through my notes a little bit is like he's aggressive, but he's not aggressive at times. You know, he's aggressive when he needs to be. But the one thing, there was a few times during the year where I looked at games. I would even go to the Dallas Cowboy game where they lost during the regular season with like the backup quarterback for the Cowboys playing, where it's like he was like, wait, there's no Dak Prescott, so I'm not going to push the envelope on anything. We'll win ugly. And that, like, there's some of that through the year there where you go, wait, no, we need you to make the play to jumpstart the things here. You're making the $30 million.
Yeah.
Like, make the big fucking play and let's start the avalanche of offense going here.
Yeah.
Instead of, I'm not going to make a mistake. And I just think we'll win today if I kind of just be conservative a little bit. You know, the quarterbacks that we go down the list here a little bit, and we're going to talk about one in a few minutes, where I go, they wouldn't just sit back and let that go down. They'd go, wait, our foot's kind of on their throat. We're going to fucking put it down and end this. And that's sometimes where I think he manages the game a little bit too much, in my opinion.
So Kirk Cousins, 16 for back-to-back years. He's been as high as 13. We'll see if Kevin O'Connell can lift him higher in the teens when we do this again next year.
Yeah.
Okay, that's 16.
That's 16.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.